And it's very easy for weak men to assume that power is the defining characteristic of a respectable man, like an actually masculine man. And that's what Andrew Tate, at least in part, purports to sell his audience. So now Andrew Tate is a very bad actor, to say the least. He's a pimp, an electronic pimp. And I think pimps are possibly the lowest form of male life because they are parasitic on women. And that's about as bad as you can get if you're a man. Maybe you can get lower because you could be parasitic on children. But being parasitic on women, that's pretty bad.
What's up, Taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com. And so I want to thank those of you who tagged me in this story. I'm not active on Twitter, but when I do go in there to reply to my DMs, I do look at the tags that you guys tagged me in, and I was really shocked that this was a story. So I'm going to read through all of this. I'm going to show you some receipts, and then I'm going to tell you my thoughts towards the end. Those of you who know me probably know my thoughts on this already. But you know what is so amazing about this is that 2 days ago on my Patreon, I was teaching my members how to become immune, how to protect yourself from a predator like Andrew Tate. I have copies of his classes where he was teaching men how to become pimps, how to manipulate women, how to use the lover boy techniques, just basically how to run this type of game to get women to work for them, to abuse women and not go to jail. And I was teaching this, and this is a class that's going to go on for several weeks. So if you're interested, feel free to join my Patreon. It's still there. I'm going to be breaking this down once a week. But I said something 2 days ago in the class that applies to this particular woman. I said Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate know how to pick them. I don't care how beautiful the woman is. She can feel like crap. She can think that she's low as dirt. She can have low self-esteem and low worth and allow a man to treat her like garbage, because no matter how much plastic surgery she gets, no matter how many compliments she gets, it's how she feels about herself inside. And this predator, Andrew Tate, and his brother Tristan Tate, they both know how to find their prey. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. Andrew Tate's girlfriend, Bri Stern, says accused sex trafficker nearly choked her unconscious during violent sexual encounter. Report. Now, I went to go look her up, and I'm like, who is this? I don't know who this is. So her name is Bri Stern. She locked her Instagram. Actually, all of her accounts have been locked down and they've been privated, and rightfully so. But I was saying to myself, like, who is this? And why would you, in 2025, open your legs to Andrew Tate, let alone date him? Like, what's wrong with you? Anyway, let's go ahead and read this, because this is the juiciest part right here. TMZ got the whole scoop on it, and it is going to blow your mind. So, girlfriend Bri Stern claims he attacked her during sex, files police report. And by the way, this happened in California. So if those of you who thought like me that this happened in Florida and that's the reason why he got out so quick, not only because DeSantis was going to come for him, but, you know, I thought that this girl was in Florida because she looks like a Florida type of girl. But nope, this happened in California, and she filed a police report and went to the hospital 2 days later. So that is some kind of credit I can give her. One of Andrew Tate's girlfriends says he nearly choked her unconscious during a violent sexual encounter 2 weeks ago, prompting her to report the alleged incident to the police. TMZ has learned. Bri Stern filed a SA report, and she claims Andrew attacked her on March the 11th while they were staying at the Beverly Hills Hotel, according to sources with direct knowledge. And so this is pictures of her that she took where her face is swollen here. She has some bruise markings here. And of course, the same size here where you can see the swelling of her face. Just so we are clear, this is not the type of abuse that comes out the blue. And this is, I don't feel sorry for this woman. The only thing is, I'm proud that she documented everything. And because of her, Andrew Tate's going to have a warrant for his arrest in America. It looks like California is going to have the warrant prior to Florida. But trust me, the warrants out of Florida are coming. She told the police Tate began choking her while they were having sex, but it got too rough, and although she begged him to stop, he kept going. Bri says the more she struggled, the more violent he got, and she felt everything getting fuzzy, like she was fading into unconsciousness. Bri says the violence only stopped when Tate was done having sex, so he just used you, girl. Like, I don't understand. This is what he does. He says he does this. Like, how is this a shock? Give me a break. Oh, my God. Anyway, and once he fell asleep, she went to the bathroom to document her injuries. So she probably went to the bathroom to take a picture of the injuries that she sustained to her neck and her face. Wait. Is there any markings on her neck? Well, I can't see because TMZ put that daggone watermark over there. Jeez, come on, dude. TMZ has obtained pictures showing bruises on her face. Bri says she went to an emergency room in New York City where she's flown for work a couple of days later, and documents show she was diagnosed as post-concussive. So the incident happened in California, and since she also works in New York City, she flew out to New York City, and that's where she went to the emergency room. That's when she went to the hospital. Okay, and this is the hospital report right here. She blacked out her private information, and let's read what this says down here. Instructions from your ED healthcare provider. Post-concussion syndrome. A series of images showing how the quick head movement of a concussion injured the brain. A concussion in a brain injury from a direct hit to the head or body. This hit causes the brain to shake quickly back and forth inside the skull. This can damage brain cells and cause chemical changes in the brain. Concussions are usually not life-threatening, but can cause serious symptoms. Post-concussion syndrome is when symptoms that occur after a concussion last longer than normal. These symptoms can last from weeks to months. Andrew and his brother Tristan returned to Romania last weekend for a court date in their organized crime case, and were told it wasn't until Andrew left the country that Bri felt safe enough to go to the police and file a report. Now, let's go ahead and watch these text messages, because if you all remember, Andrew said, yeah, I'm gonna basically just wipe my phone clean when he was talking smack to DeSantis in Florida, because that's what he was saying. Like, when he's in Florida, he'll just wipe his phone clean, as if that really works. You understand that all your text messages are still on a database from your cell phone company, right, Dodo Head? Anyway, let's look at these text messages that him and Bri have exchanged between each other. Andrew is in the dark gray and Bri is in the blue. You backtalk too much, WHORE, so I beat you. I will hit you today, but I love you. She says, why the name calling? He says, do you understand? She says, I'm scared. He says, don't care. Do you understand? She says, yes. Why the hitting? Sad face. Do you belong to me or not? She says, I do. He says, because I want to beat the F out of you. You will give me a child this year, B word. She says, why do you want to beat me? It's 12:30 a.m. I'm in the room. I sleep soon. He says, what's the point in having you if I don't beat you and impregnate you? You should be thankful. If you ever betray me, you will regret it. She says, okay, crazy. He says, no. I am serious. If you're mine, why wouldn't I be able to hit you? Okay? She says, you scared me with what you said. He says, I really love hitting you. It's very good for me. And you, it's relaxing, don't you think? Question mark. She says, Pookie, no, I cry. He says, you need to be hit. She says, why? Crying emoji face. I don't like it. What did I do? He says, you deserve it. TMZ also obtained screenshots of alleged text messages between Andrew and Bri, and he talks about beating her. We also obtained a photo of Andrew with Kanye West, and we're told they posed for a photo together in LA on March the 10th, only hours before the alleged choking incident between Andrew and Stern. And here is Kanye, crazy yay, with Andrew. Let me just say this. All bad people are friends with Andrew Tate. All bad, evil people make excuses for Andrew Tate. everyone who supports Andrew Tate, make excuses for Andrew Tate, or sit up here and sweep for Andrew Tate are POS individuals. Kanye West is a bad person. He used to be sane, but now he's gone crazy. And when I said that Kim should never allow her children around Kanye, I can't believe a lot of men, a lot of crazy men, undateable men, undesirables, would sit up here and say, he's the daddy, who cares he's the daddy? This person has a corn addiction. He doesn't like women. He likes to violate women. This is the reason why he's real cool with Andrew Tate. And I find that the men that are very cool with Andrew Tate are men that don't like their mothers and they have a vendetta against women. Andrew took the photo with Kanye the same night Kim Kardashian yanked Northwest out of Kanye's recording studio after Ye invited the Tate brothers to join them. I don't like Kim Kardashian, but that was a good move. Save your daughter from these predators and never leave your daughters or even your sons alone with Kanye. He is too far gone. That man is a straight demon at this point. Our sources say Bri and Andrew met last June when she went to Romania for a modeling gig and they started dating. Oh, you went to Romania, the place where he was under house arrest. You find out why he's under house arrest, but you think he's not going to do that to me. He's not going to treat me like that. He does, and now you're like, baby, why you do this? Why you hurt me? Like I said, Andrew Tate knows how to pick them. All predators know how to pick their prey. They just do. It's second nature to them. Anyway, let me somewhat start over. June, when she went to Romania for a modeling gig and they started dating. We're told Andrew was verbally abusive and threatening during a relationship, but the alleged choking incident was the first time he got physically violent. So he was talking about how he was going to hit you. He was being abusive to you through text messages. And you said, you know what? This would be a great time to meet him in person. Yay! Stupid woman, man. Oh, but again, you're a dumbass, but I do appreciate you going to the police and going to the hospital. Well, you went to the hospital and then you filed a police report afterwards. So either way, I have to give you credit. At least you did something that most women in your situation don't do. They don't go to the police. At least you did do that and you filed an incident report, and now he's going to get charged. We're told Andrew had signaled to Brianna that he wanted to essentially pimp her out on OnlyFans. And since the alleged incident, she blocked him on all social media and messaging platforms. Oh my God, you mean the pimp who's known for pimping women on OnlyFans and Chatterbait wants to do the same to you? Oh no, you mean the man who usually trapped women with the lover boy technique? Who brags about choking women, did that to you? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. As you know, Andrew and Tristan were arrested back in 2022 for allegedly creating a criminal organization in Romania. And Andrew's been charged with R-word in that country. They're also both facing SA lawsuits in the US and the UK. They have not been convicted of any crimes yet. Okay? The money has not ran out in Romania. Let me just tell y'all this. Don't expect Romania to do anything to these clowns anytime soon. The only thing that you can hope is that these clowns leave out of Romania and therefore come to a country where they can get picked up. Like somebody can get a nice bounty on their heads between the UK and the US, and they will get caught and they will be brought to justice. But I don't expect Romania to do anything. That's a very poor country. It's a very corrupt country. And as long as they fill the pockets of certain politicians as well as certain judges and prosecutors, they'll be just fine. Also, don't forget that Roger Stone went to Romania on behalf of Richard Grenell to basically get these pimps released, these traffickers released, these PDF files released. And this tweet you see before you, Roger Stone deleted it when most people on the right called him out. This is what he said. Richard Grinnell secured the release of the Tates because there was no evidence against them. So now, of course, little Ron DeSantis says these U.S. citizens who have no pending charges against them are not welcome in Florida. Imagine being this POS saying this. This is just straight lies, okay? Like, there's tons of evidence, and the evidence comes from their own mouths. They have documented all of the crimes they have committed, and they brag about it. How could you even post such lies? Because you don't like Ron DeSantis? Look like Ron DeSantis is on the right side of history. And mind you, this clown went to Romania, so how is he thinking that there was no pending charges? They had to go back to Romania for the pending charges. I want you guys to know that there's two people, actually three, but there's lots of people. But I'm telling you, whenever I want to know what's going on with the Tates, I always go to this account. Feel free to follow them at Crayons Murders, also known as Murder by Crayons. Very, very good account. He's always on the back of the Tate's neck, and they hate him. So let me read this. And another account you should be able to follow is Nathan Livingstone, also known as Milk Bar TV. I am going to show you a shocking clip. He's really good with the videos, I must admit, right? He's so good. Nathan is so good with these videos. He got a clip that I didn't even know exists from the Hodge twins, who are also two pieces of okay? So that's something else. We'll get to that in a minute. But let me read this by Murder by Crayons. Andrew Tate's girlfriend, Bri Stern, has reportedly filed an SA report alleging that Tate attacked her on March the 11th at the Beverly Hills Hotel. Stern says Tate nearly choked her unconscious during what she described as a violent sexual encounter. At least 7 other women have previously accused Tate of choking them, with reports dating back to the early 2010s in the UK. Multiple women say they blacked out and woke up to find him still having sex with them. Some report injuries, including burst blood vessels in their eyes from the force of the choking. Tate is currently facing charges of R-word, sexual acts with a minor, human trafficking, and trafficking minors in Romania. 4 women in the UK have also filed a civil suit accusing him of R-word and assault, all alleging choking. The UK is also awaiting Tate's extradition for separate R-word and human trafficking criminal allegations. Now, my buddy Nathan uploaded a clip that I was shocked that existed. And you want to know something? The Hodge twins, they don't like women either. They can't stand women. They're just too... Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if they were gay, because they did talk about how they were like fantasizing over each other while they was, I guess you could say having a threesome with some other woman. This is when they was talking to Destiny. I was like, that's pretty sus. But I don't like those guys. I don't like the Hodge twins. Okay, they're very bad men. And this was said on their podcast with no pushback. Let me read what Nathan says before I play the video. A couple of days before Andrew is alleged to have SA'd his girlfriend on March the 11th, he openly spoke about use force and hitting girlfriends on the Hodge twins podcast. And again, the Hodge twins sat there and go, yup, you gotta hit him. Yup. No pushback whatsoever. Check this out.
Let's apply it to something everyone at home understands. Let's apply it to our relationship. Something everyone at home understands. You're a man, you're with a woman. You're cheating on your woman. You try and hide it. At first, you try and deceive. Eventually, you get caught, and you just start telling her straight, yep, I'm cheating on you. If she continues to be a problem, and you're never going to break up, the only step left from that is for you to continue doing it and use force. That's when you start hitting her and being abusive. So we're now at a stage now in society where they're going to continue to do whatever the they want. They're going to do it right open in front of us. And if we're too much of a problem, they're going to do what they did to me. They're going to attack you. Let's apply.
Oh, my God. Imagine saying that and you do not push back whatsoever. And these people want to call themselves conservatives. You want to call yourself, how is this conservatism? And you want to know what's so frustrating with me? Is that the left don't even realize this is a silver bullet to shoot at the Republicans. I am a right-winger. I'm a registered Republican. I'm telling you, there's only so much a lot of us could do. But like, if the left, are you demon rats so stupid that you can't take the ammunition that is handed to you on a silver platter and use it against the Republicans? This is a man followed by greasy head Don Jr. He's also followed by J.D. Vance. And these are the people who actually defend Andrew Tate, yet they call themselves conservative. And I want to know how beating your girlfriend, how forcing her to get into corn or do OF is conservatism. Make that make sense. But anyway, that's all I got to say about this. This is just a hot mess. I want to thank you for tagging me in this. I decided to get right on making a video before I go to bed. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Also, if you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Later, taters.